about Joyce versus Dubois. Would you like to see that?
Well, I don't, listen. I don't believe no British young prospects or even prospects that are older should be fighting each other until they're all world champions. You don't see the Eastern Europeans fighting each other. Let's get that right. And before we go into war, you don't see Bivol fighting Beterbiev or Beterbiev fighting Kovalev. They keep it in house, and that's how it should be. You don't fight your family. Let everybody forge their own career. There are many people in the world to fight. That's why it's called a world title. You don't need to. I know it's good for the fans, but I feel that we should start being smart. Respect, enjoy our talent, because it allows us to see boxing on a wider scale if we're fighting other people than ourselves. So no, I don't think he should fight Joe Joyce. I think that Joe Joyce should go his way, pave his own destiny. Daniel should go his way, pave his own destiny. Let's beat up some of them Yanks. Let's beat up some of them Americans. I'm fed up with this American thing, or this Eastern European thing. It's about us. London, Manchester, the UK. Let's keep it in the house and let's dominate the world of boxing.
So, we just heard from Tunde Ajayi, and this interview was from Boxing Social. Go check out the full interview. It's a big interview. It's a very interesting interview. It's a good one. It's a long one as well, so you can sit back and relax with a cup of tea and just listen to some boxing. But I picked out that part because this is something that I've been saying and I agree with deeply. What Tunde Ajayi said about UK fighters should not be fighting each other as prospects. I believe this is one mistake that UK is making big time. Nobody else does it. The Eastern Europeans, like he said, they don't fight each other, especially as prospects. They don't fight each other. They don't fight each other until the champion. And the Americans, they don't fight each other. They don't fight each other until the champions. Just look at the track record. Just look at the Americans, for example. You've got like Crawford, Thurman, Spence, Garcia. Them men are all around the same age, yes? They was all prospects around the same time, give or take. But none of them have fought each other. And that's why they're all fucking undefeated still to this day. Yeah? And just look at even... What was the name? Yeah, what's his name? Just even to this day, like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Tank Davison, or whatever he's called. How come them haven't fought each other as prospects? Them never fought each other as prospects. Why? Even Charlo, Andre, they never fought each other as prospects. With Jacobs, them are all around the same age. They were prospects and never fought each other. How come? And is there any benefit from this? Is there a point to this? And yes, there is, in my opinion. It makes a big difference to your country's boxing, in my opinion. Because if you look at it, you're more marketable when you're undefeated, okay? Firstly, you're more marketable when you're undefeated. You should get yourself to 25, 26, 30 before you really hit that full stage of world title level. And prior to that, you should build up a name and make yourself that guy. That guy that's gonna be something. That guy that's gonna be a world champion. And that's what everybody's looking out for. Is this guy gonna do it? Is he gonna become world champion or not? But when you're putting your prospects in with each other, one prospect beats the other prospect. The other prospect could have been a good prospect, but his confidence gets knocked after he gets beat. He gets a blemish on his record. He's not as marketable, So this can damage our boxers, and we're putting them in with each other, destroying each other, destroying ourselves, when we should be putting them in with other fighters around the world. Like Tunde Ajayi said, we should be putting them in with the Yanks. We should be putting them in with Eastern Europeans. So we should be getting used to their styles as a young fighters as well. We're just fighting each other until we're like world champions. And then once we're world champions, then we'll start fighting everybody around the world. And we've never even seen that style before, so we're not used to them styles. So when we're fighting these people around the world, once we become champion, we're getting our ass beat as well. Because we're not used to that style. While they've been fighting British fighters all their life, they've been fighting American fighters all their life, they've been fighting Eastern European fighters all their life. You know, they haven't been sticking to just Eastern European fighters or just Americans sticking to fighting Americans. Because they don't. They're meeting all styles. That's what we should be doing as prospects, not as champions. Okay? As champions, we should be fighting each other. Like Tunde Ajayi said. Once we've got that belt, once we're world champion, bring it home and then give our people a chance, an opportunity to become world champion. Keep it indoors, you get me? And if one of us loses, fair enough. We just have another British champion, another world champion in the UK. You know what I'm saying? It's better than beating each other up as prospects. It's better to beat each other up as champions. So at least we're doing it for something. Yeah, so big up to Tunde Ajayi for this one. I agree with this, whatever he said, big time, yeah, and that. I'm so glad he came out and said it, and it brought back all my memories of, because I was pushing this agenda a while back when I was making videos. But nobody listened to me really, you get me? Nobody listens to man, yeah? I'm just a joke out here, you get me? I don't know shit about boxing. I could have. Jeez. But that's what I'm saying, man. UK prospects need to stop fighting each other. Nobody else does it. Why do we? All this domestics, destroying ourselves before we even hit the world stage. You know what I'm saying? Let's hit the world stage and then fight each other. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is there anything else I should say? And just look, and if you don't believe me, look at our track record, okay? Just look at our track record. I just named a few fighters: Errol Spence, Thurman, Crawford, Garcia. Them I never fought each other as prospects, even though they came up through the rankings the same. But look in the UK, we had Groves de Gale. What were they, about 12-0 when they fought each other? They was prospects, both of them big prospects. George Groves, James de Gale. Can't tell me they was not big prospects. Yes, they was. And it was both 12-0 around that time. Yeah. And de Gale got a loss in his record after that. Groves went on with a W. So we had one good, you know what I'm saying? We had one guy above the other. And then we had even Saunders versus Eubank. Them man was prospects at that time. Them man was huge prospects. Saunders was a huge prospect. Go check it out. Go check out his early fights. They'll tell you in the early fights he's a prospect. And same with Eubank. And what was them man? Around 14-0, 13-0, 15-0 maybe, 17-0 the fucking most. And them man fought each other at that time. Before this champion. Before any of that. And Eubank went with a blemish on his record and wasn't as marketable as, even though he still made himself very marketable. But he would have been a lot more marketable if he had that O on his record. And didn't fight Saunders until he was world champion. And then even like Chamberlain versus Coley not long back. Them man was only like 13-0. Them man was big prospects. You know that. Them man fought each other. Now, Chamberlain's confidence ain't the same, his record ain't the same. Okoye's gone on to do next things, yes. But every time we're losing somebody, these men should be fighting Americans. Them man should be fighting Eastern Europeans. Why not? Get used to fighting them man first. You get me? And even like Fury versus Chisora, when them man fought, them man was actually prospects at that time. It was only around 15, 16, 17, at the time. You know that? Okay? And not only that, even yesterday's fight, Daniel Dubois versus Nathan Gormier, they were both prospects, okay? They were, what were they, 10-0, 11-0? Shit, them man was in with each other. Why? Didn't have to be like that. Why don't they meet when they're further down the line? When they're challenging for world titles, when they've got world titles? Yeah? There's so many more fighters you can pick from around the world. What, is it only fucking UK fighters you can find? Frank Warren, man, pick it up, man, fix up. Like I said, we should be keeping our fighters undefeated for as long as possible. Keeping their confidence as high as possible for as long as possible. So we can go around the world, proving ourselves to the world. And once we do that, then and become champions, then we'll come home and have the domestic fights with each other and prove who's the best in the country. Yeah? Who really deserve to have that belt, me or you. Yeah? So I agree with Tunde Ajayi with this one. This is a really emotional subject for me. It's a really close subject to my heart, and I really, really agree with Tunde Ajayi. I really, really wish we stop fighting each other as prospects and wait till we become champions. Kingdom of Boxing. Let me know what you think, people. Let me know if you think I'm right, or if you think we should be fighting each other as prospects. If you think let me know what you think about the domestics in the UK. Do you think the domestic fighting is all what it seems to be? Reckon that's the best way forward for our boxing, British boxing? Or do you agree with what I say? We should be fighting other fighters around the world until we become champions, then start fighting each other. Let me know what you think about that, people. And not much more I can think about. Shouts out to everybody locked in. You know, the usual. Shouts out to all the boxing channels out there, all the boxing channels that are dropping fire. Check out Q City World. He dropped a fire video yesterday, from real fire video. Go check that video out. I think it was a Terence Crawford video. I can't remember too sure, but I know it was fire. And go check out Die Hard Casual. Mama's not been putting that content like he should, so go check him out. Push him to fucking send some content out. Also go check out Rapid Fire Boxing. That's a new boxing channel. He's out doing a few videos here and there. He's putting out some fire, some nice HD highlight videos, some banging tunes on there as well. So yeah, man, check that channel out. He's new to the thing, innit? He's new to boxing, so if you've not heard about him yet, you should have. Because he's got a sick channel. Also the loved one haters, them man, like Money Brand TV, like I don't hold anything against you, man, you get me? Like if you man are locked in, like shout out to you, man, you get me? And obviously we had a little back and forwards and all that shit, but I don't hold anything against, man, you get me? Like I'm all good to go, like, you get me? I got no problems with nobody. So shouts out to Money Brand TV. It's all love. It's just a little bit of fucking fun and games, you get me? Shouts out to Love One and Hate One as well. I don't know if he's tuned in or not. He promised everybody that he's not going to watch my videos, but you never know. Shouts out to my man as well. Who else is there, man? There's not really too many man I could think of. I'm fucking with you.